The special cell. It certainly seems like he receives special treatment. Okay. Well, let's check him out. Yeah, like, who is it? To protect my own life, all I can tell you is that he is the oldest prisoner here. Wait a second. Okay, maybe it's like the guy from Edgeworth 1, and he's so old that he lost his eyesight between games? He could see, yeah. I can't think of anyone else that could have been from a past game. My deepest apologies, but I can't say any more. He's truly terrifying. Maybe it's Von Karma, and he lost his eyesight in his old age? No, I think it was implied that he died. He was executed. Yeah, in Justice for All. I'm pretty sure Francisca talked about it. Which would make sense, because he was found guilty of killing a defense attorney. Anyone who kills a law enforcement person in Japan is typically executed. Care to fill me in? Feels like you're leaving me Uncle Ray behind here. Feels like you're leaving everyone behind here, which doesn't make sense. It seems like he has to be involved in the flashback case, yet so does Ray. So, I don't know. He's someone I knew in the past. Okay, maybe he doesn't have to be involved in the flashback case. Maybe I was wrong about this whole, playing as Gregory in the past. As cool as that would be, maybe not. Maybe it's another case you play as Edgeworth, and this blind guy has to be involved, right? Okay, I'm very curious. If this is someone we've seen before, I'm gonna flip my shit, because I don't think we've ever had a blind criminal. Let's skip the bullshit. I want to see this guy right now. Who is it? Do we know him, or is it a flashback guy? Like from a flashback case. In this game. I have to know. I must know. Tell me. It's pitch black in here. I can't see a thing at all. He probably wants it to be similar to how he feels. Aren't you always talking about how the Yatagarasu is able to flap even in the darkest night? Even in the depth of night, when no other bird dares to take flight. One alone soars to shine the light of righteousness on the world's blight. And that one is me, for I am the great thief Yatagarasu. Oh-ho, that was pretty cool, Uncle Ray likey. But still, I can't see what I can't see. I'm still just a human. Eek! There's the dog. Ah! Edgeworth, yeah, so we definitely know each other, but how? Let me see your face. Let me know if I know you from another game. That voice. It can only be. Oh my god, stop being such a tease. It's been far too long. Do you still remember me? Yeah, it'd be impossible to forget, because it was you who did what none could do. You placed me here in this cell. Don't tell me the dog is talking to you, Mr. Edgeworth. Is there someone else there? I can't see anything, though. Down, boy. It's rude to frighten the visitors. Allow me to illuminate the dark room. Huh. I think this is someone new. I don't know. He looks familiar. I feel like maybe I have seen him before and I'm not thinking straight, but I'm pretty sure he's new. Such noisy visitors. From the voices and footsteps, 2 more in the back. But it would be rude not to introduce myself. I am called SIRHAN DOGEN. I have never heard that name before. So gosh darn it, I guess I'm wrong. I guess I don't get to play as Gregory. Because, there's gotta be a flashback case where we deal with this guy. Has to be. Mr. Edgeworth and I, we are old acquaintances. This man's a former assassin. Oh. The blind assassin, SIRHAN DOGEN. Get it? Dog is in his name? I get it. His weapons are sharp knives and a ferocious dog. His appearance is always accompanied by the sound of a bell. It is said that the ringing of this bell in the darkness is the last sound his victims hear. Would you be so kind as to share the reason why you have come, Mr. Edgeworth? That will not be necessary. You are already well aware of why we're here. It seems we know each other quite well. Oh, I guess even an assassin can have a man's best friend. So is he in our profiles now? SIRHAN DOGEN. A blind former assassin appears at the sound of bells with his dog and knife. We suspect your dog of committing the murder. The witness who discovered the body saw him biting it. There must be some mistake. My boy is obedient. What, he wouldn't kill if you asked him to? You could definitely ask him to, now that we know who you are. He would never do such a thing, right? Anubis? Oh, what a good name. Good boy, that's a good boy. Anubis may be your guide dog, but you raised him to be a vicious killer. You got to keep him in the prison? What is up with this guy? Why does he get his own fancy cell, too? Use one of the weapons you used as an assassin. To begin with, is the witness of a reliable sort? It's true that Sard is also one of the suspects. And it's difficult to say if we can trust his testimony. In any case, I think you have the wrong dog. Right, Anubis? Right, boy? We probably do have the wrong dog. It's probably another black dog. I would have to guess. I wonder if he knows who the witness is. The alibi. I would like to hear an alibi from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. yesterday morning. During the animal show, I was in my humble cell the entire time. I took up whittling recently. Whittling? Am I saying that right? I hope so. My focus was solely on the wooden chisel in my hands. Prisoners have free access to chisels here. Normally that's not allowed. Look at all the shit he has. He's probably allowed whatever the fuck he wants. The warden is a kind soul. She has given me special permission. Kind? Ridiculous. Even 5 metal chisels would become deadly weapons in his hands. I started out by carving these Buddha statues, but I moved on to other shapes after the 674th. Really? That many? All it takes is time, which I have plenty of. Here is what I am working on now. I did not know that you played chess. Please, all great assassins play chess. She's making some creative pieces. So I guess you're making the queen out to be Anubis, of the black pieces, and the white pieces are just the white pieces. Do you play as well, Mr. Edgeworth? I would like to test your wits in a game sometime. Oh god, logic chess with you. It has to happen now. I only started playing since my arrival here, so I'm still inexperienced. What is this piece? It's a 3-headed dog? It's probably the queen villain. Just for the fun of it, I carved this hound piece. Chess is a game of war. Pawns, knights, and castles. Each side pushing their forces to the limits to take the life of the enemy's king. However, I found the absence of dogs to be strange. Hounds are an indispensable part of warfare. But it is nothing more than folly. I still play by all the normal rules of chess. Isn't it difficult for you to find opponents here in prison? I always play correspondence chess. I totally know what that means, but explain it to the viewers. Correspondence chess? So you play chess through the mail. Nice. And long and complicated. Prisoners are allowed to send and receive letters, although they are subject to inspection. At the moment, I am waiting for my opponent's next move. Wow. Talk about patience, right? I mean, I've always heard chess requires patience, but I don't know, I've always been the impatient kind. Like, if my opponent takes more than, like, a minute to make their move, I start flipping out at them. Hound piece data jotted down in my organizer. Okay, now that we know that people can send letters, but the people that guards inspect them, there's got to be some people sending letters that are dirty here, that they just use special messages in that the cops aren't picking up. That's probably got to be it. So there is a conspiracy, probably. Yeah, people are trying to get out. And that's why the thing broke, and that's why Jailbird seemingly wasn't in his cell, I think. It's got to be it. Some conspiracy going on. Probably because of the letters that they're sending with each other. With some special message. The question is, how does Knightley fit into all this? Don't know yet. So he plays chess with people outside of this prison. The victim. Do you know who was murdered? It was Horace Knightley. A most unfortunate lad. Your ears are sharp as ever. They're all I can rely on. As I thought, he has full knowledge of everything that goes on in this prison. On second thought, he might be fortunate after all. Fortunate? How so? He committed a grave crime, but he was able to avoid punishment for it. Death is a punishment. Maybe not as severe as life in prison, but it's still pretty bad. Assassination attempt on the president? What a bold man. But he didn't try to assassinate the president. Wait a second! Was he working with Knightley? The killer? No way. That's crazy talk. But, no, because that doesn't make sense. He had a perfect opportunity, right? Do tell, go on. Assassination attempt? Then he would be tied to the smuggling ring, which makes sense, so he would be silenced, because that also makes... Okay, that would make everything make sense. If he was the one who hired the killer, then, it doesn't fully make sense why he would let the killer go away when the president's in the other room if he really wants to kill the president. But, it would make sense, why he was killed. If he was part of the plot, then, someone who was like, you have failed me or whatever, would have killed him. Mr. Edgeworth, didn't Mr. Knightley just... He may have killed his own superior, but he never attempted to take the president's life. Are they trying to conceal the fact the assassination was staged by the president? Oh, okay, never mind. So, Knightley didn't attempt the assassination, but that's just what they're saying happened? Whoa, hold your horses. Knightley didn't attack the president? But Uncle Ray was requested to defend him in court on charges of attempted assassination. What? You didn't know either, Uncle Ray? So they're trying to pin the whole thing on Mr. Knightley? Now I see why the PIC is taking action. So that's why they removed you from the case. The DePest guy was gonna indict him of charges on attempted assassination. In doing so, they would have twisted the truth. What? Okay. I suspected it was a false charge. I heard about it from one of the guards. About Knightley. He kept desperately insisting. I didn't assassinate anyone! But the courts are supposed to bring the truth to light. They're always corrupt in these games, though, aren't they? I may not be well versed in law, but I can say one thing for certain. Some of the prisoners here were convicted of false charges. Yeah, okay. So I guess this game is going to be about finding out who the jerk is in the PIC and exposing him. It's probably what's going on. Ugh. That's the reality of it. Right, Anubis? Right, boy? Leaving the truth in the care of the court can be dangerous. Leaving the truth in the care of the court is dangerous? Huh. There was someone who said the exact same thing before. That investigator from the Interpol who doesn't trust prosecutors. Lang, you're not twisting the truth behind those closed courtroom doors too, are you? Fueled by those ideals, is it a wonder the courts produce nothing but falsifies and lies? Rest assured, the next time we meet, I won't be so forgiving. I doubt his distrust has cleared up completely. You feel the same way, don't you, Anubis? The truth of the court and Mr. Edgeworth's reasoning both can't be trusted, right? Ugh. It is nothing to be upset about. You're not the only one who suspects me. Yesterday, the other prosecutor and that judge came here too. They brought the warden along. How they despise me. Oh, it must have been those two rude people from before. The question is, are they in on it or not? Do they know the truth? The upstart probably doesn't. He's too young. The judge might. Prosecutor DeBestie and Judge Courtney. They thoroughly inspected my room, but left without finding a thing. Yeah. It seems they were searching for the murder weapon. 'Tis a shame. But your dog would be the murder weapon. They searched the other prisoners' cells too, not just mine. Yet they were still unable to find anything. All that hard work was for naught. Prison investigation notes jotted down in my organizer. Okay, so here's what I'm getting. A black dog killed Knightley, but it wasn't his black dog. It was someone else's black dog. So we have to find out whose, and who the killer is. Or, an alternate theory, his black dog is the killer, but someone got his black dog to do the killing. Because I don't think it was him. Because you can never have, well, I mean, they're all killers, but you can never have an obvious super killer be the killer, if you already know they're an obvious super killer. It just doesn't work. But I'm more interested, though, much more interested in what's going on with this conspiracy. Because it's not quite the conspiracy I was talking about, but it's definitely a conspiracy. It's quite a problem. What should we do? Let me check that real quick. Prison investigation. Mr. DeBestie and Warden Rowland searched the entire prison but did not find the murder weapon. Because it was the dog? Isn't that obvious? At least at this point it is to us. Solid's testimony alone won't hold up. In order to confront him, we'll need evidence. Now, if my guests would be so kind as to leave. Right, Anubis? Show them the way out. We're leaving. Does this mean what I think it means? Well, let's get going, Mr. Edgeworth. We shall meet again, Dogen. It would be a shame for a long-awaited reunion to end so soon. I'll be waiting.